What's up, guys? So, should we call it? I've been wanting to make this video for a while to kind of address something that, when it comes to fitness, most people tend to neglect, and even disregarding fitness as in general, just people in their everyday lives tend to neglect. So, should we call it? One thing that every single person on this planet does is sleep. However, one thing that I've noticed is that it's very typical for the majority of teenagers to not get enough sleep at all. So, like before this online school shit, I remember that, I would go to school, even myself, I would be getting like 4, 5 hours of sleep on a lucky night. And, obviously everyone's circumstance is different, and obviously people tend to handle workloads differently, but yeah, like I would like, ask my classmates how much sleep did you get, and they'd be like 3 hours, this, and that. And even now, I thought that it would change coming into, basically a state where in order to get an education, whatever, you don't have to physically get up and then go to, like drive 10, 20 minutes to a building, and then, like actually have to walk around, do this and that. Like you can literally just wake up, get your laptop, get your phone, join a Zoom meeting, even do your work from your phone, and then that's that. And, but what I've been noticing is that most people just don't even get enough sleep. And what it makes me think, personally, is like, it's a deeper rooted issue than just, we have a schedule that's demanding. Well, what I think is going on, and this is just purely my opinion, you can share your opinion in the comments. You can, let me know what your thoughts on the matter are. But what I think is happening is that the majority of, teenagers, even though they're in a time of development where their bodies need to grow, they are, spending their time on social media, spending their time watching TV, spending their time playing video games, just messes with their brains. And, in addition to all this, to like the blue light and all this other, nonsense, they're not getting any sunlight because they're staying inside, they're not getting any physical activity. And, I just think they are stunting, like for one, they're stunting their own growth, like physically and mentally, they aren't developing properly. And number two, it's like you're not gonna, when you're not sleeping well, when you're not resting, when you're not recovering, you're just not gonna be as efficient, you're not gonna be as quick as you could be. And like some solutions I would propose for this is, one that we've always heard, like if you ever went to a doctor and you told them that you were having trouble sleeping, what they typically tell you is that you should, just stay away from technology for at least an hour before you go to bed. And I feel like that's not realistic for the vast majority of people. And even when people do get enough sleep, it's like, how do I put this? They don't feel well rested. And some solutions I have to like combat this in order to like fall asleep more quickly, like to get in a state of sleep. First of all, I would say, do your best to make the conditions in your room or something more, how do I put this? More appealing for, like rest. So rather than having some LED lights on or having the TV on, having music on in the background, you could make your, room really dark. You could cover any windows. You can make sure that any alarm clocks are covered with a shirt or something, that you unplug your TV so that the little LED light on the bottom of it isn't on, just little things like this. And, obviously if it's cold, if it's really dark in your room, it's already going to be in a state where, you're going to want to rest because there's not light bothering you. And, in addition to this whole light thing, one thing that you could do with your electronics is shifting, the screen from like a brighter, like blue light, whatever, type of color to a warmer color, like orange. Pretty sure you can do that on an iPhone, most TVs, most laptops. I would elaborate more, but I don't know how to put it more clearly than that. And another thing you could do to fall asleep more easily and have better rest is make your room really cool. So, rather than being stuffed up under a bunch of blankets, you could like, let one of your legs out or something to kind of balance everything out. And yeah. And you know, one of the bigger, you know, more long-term changes that's going to take a lot more work, that isn't as simple as making your room cooler and making sure it doesn't have any sound, is, you know, staying away from social media. I feel that our dopamine receptors just kind of take a bunch of hits, like, you know, when we're on Instagram, when we're on Facebook, Snapchat, all of these apps. It's just, you know, you're getting a hit every time you get a notification. So like, in order to like start to stray away from, you know, social media and whatnot, you can obviously like turn off the notifications from the apps so that you get used to not really having them like in your face. You know, it's like, what's the saying? What's the saying? Ah, out of sight, out of mind. That's the saying. So if it's not constantly in your face, you're not going to constantly be thinking about it, and it's not going to be racing through your head, you know, when you're going to get another dopamine hit. And, you know, eventually what you could do, and this works better for like apps like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can actually like delete the apps so that you don't have to see them whenever you swipe, like if you have an iPhone or something. And you can always just join from your browser, like Safari or Chrome. And then that way, you only go on when you want to go on and not because you see it on the screen. And eventually, you know, you could just stop, you know, being on social media so much, and it'll be easier for you to sleep. So, yeah. Oh, and also keeping your room clean. For me personally, that helps a lot with my mental state and feeling more relaxed. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm actually really interested to hear what people have to say on this subject. Last thing that I didn't say before is that if you also want to go down the pharmacology route and, you know, like take something like melatonin or another sleeping drug, you know, I don't have much experience with anything other than melatonin, but what I would recommend for that is obviously like check in with your doctor, make sure you don't have any like serious diseases that, you know, taking these medications would make it detrimental to your health. But if you were to take like something over the counter like melatonin, I would recommend maybe 0.6 to 1 milligram an hour before you go to sleep. And this is only if it's like serious, because all melatonin is going to do is help get you into the state where you want to go to sleep, but it's not going to make your sleep better. And yeah, and don't think that taking more is going to help, because what I've noticed with myself is that if I take over like 3 milligrams when I used to, you know, because I was being stupid, it would make me drowsy throughout the day and I would feel really tired. So if you want to avoid that, take under 1 milligram. Thanks.